All right, it's time for some Snakespiration, a daily video blog with me. Well, who am I? I mean, goodness gracious, who am I? Well, my name's Cameron. I'm the executive director of the Center for Snake Conservation, which is an organization dedicated to changing human perceptions about all snakes. Not just rare snakes, not just venomous snakes, not just snakes that are invasive or anything like that. All snakes, because we believe that snakes are, or I believe, snakes are so critical to our healthy ecosystems that without them, this world is just not the same. Plus, they're so fascinating, which is why this is Snakespiration. What is Snakespiration? Snakespiration is my personal daily challenge to inspire as many people as possible to think about snakes. Just think about them. Think about their natural history, what they are, how important they are, where they occur in the world, what they do for us in the world. If you know me, I can always talk about snakes. But what I want to do with Snakespiration is inspire you to talk about snakes with your friends, and then get the ball rolling, snowballing down the hill, giant boulders crashing down on with snake conservation as its message. We've got to do something. Got to change human perceptions. So how will this work? Well, each day I'm going to draw a question or an action out of a hat that you send me. You send me these things, I'm going to put them in a hat, I'm going to draw them out, and then I'm going to have 24 hours to think about that question before answering it. But then I'm going to answer it unscripted in an unedited way. So you're going to see this video. I'm not going to edit anyways. I'm just going to post it up. I am going to put a slide on the back end of it so that we all can have my contact information, that sort of thing. But in terms of the edited video, it's just going to be pure raw video. So what's the question? Well, anything that you might think of that has to do about snakes. Anything that you can think of with snakes, and I'll try and answer it. And if I don't know, you know, I'll at least say, hey, you know what, I don't know the answer to the question to that question, but these people do. Let's get them involved. Let's get them snake-spired and get them on this to do the little video with us and to get Snakespiration. Just get it, keep it spreading. So you might see things that make you laugh, cry, angry, sad, happy. Any of those emotions are good, because then I know you're snake-spired. And that's the goal, is so that we can continue to talk more about these things. So send in your questions. You can do it through comments of this video. You can send them directly to me via email. You can tweet them to me. If you follow me on Instagram, you can even put them there. Any way you feel comfortable to get me a question, and I'm going to put it in a hat, and we'll draw those out. So like I said, contact information, I'll put a slide. You'll see it for about 15 seconds, and you can save it or just write down how to get a question to me. I'm not going to be boring. You know, we can regurgitate boring old facts, or I can show you boring old pictures. No, what I want to do is I want to inspire you and get you excited about these animals, these amazing animals. So most of my things, and hopefully all of these, will include live snakes as part of the answer to your questions. Of course, when there's some things like venomous snakes, I'm not going to be holding venomous snakes for you, so don't even ask that. But you can ask questions about venomous snakes, and we'll get them answered in some way or some form. So I'm going to try and use my GoPro for these videos. I think that it's an amazing resource that we can use in terms of having a unique perspective on seeing snakes and checking them out. I'm going to try and keep each episode, each answer under 10 minutes. That can be difficult with me because I just talk about snakes. But actually, my ideal range is going to be 3 to 6 minutes. And if I don't answer a question that you have a new question that pops up as you watch these, go ahead and ask it. I may not answer it right then, but I will read it, and who knows, maybe in the next episode I'll be able to say, you know, so-and-so had a question about the Kenya sand boa, and I didn't answer it, so here's an answer. And I'll just do really quickly in the next episode. So let's make this happen. It's time for some Snakespiration. And I'm going to start with the Kenya sand boa. And we're going to do probably a lot more things on it because they have so many unique adaptations. But as you notice, this snake can't even hold itself up. They are fully adapted to a fossorial lifestyle. Fossorial means they live under the ground, in the sand, not really sand, but under the substrate where they're from. Their tail is very rigid, and the scales are enlarged on the tail. That helps them almost like an anchor in their sand as they're moving through it or as they're striking at prey. Their jaws are countersunk. So that the bottom jaw is up in the top jaw, and so as they're pushing through the sand or through the substrate, I keep saying sand, but it's more of just a loose substrate. As they're pushing through that, they don't get it in their mouth. Think about it. If your mouth is at the front, you're pushing through, you're going to get dirt in your mouth. And of course, like all snakes, they don't have eyelids and they don't have external ear openings, so they don't get snakes in there, or sand or dirt in there. So this is just a little baby Kenya sand boa. We'll probably see this one again or another one, a bigger one perhaps. But just wanted to start with this beautiful little snake, and hopefully some of those little things you just heard about it, you can tell somebody about. Hey, I saw this really cool orange and brown snake that has a countersunk jaw, so it doesn't get dirt in its mouth as it's crawling through underneath the ground where it lives, in burrows and chasing down critters that way. So I'm gonna stop this introduction right there. We do have to draw a question for tomorrow, and I just have a list of questions right here. And the first one I see that just pops out, and we're gonna normally draw these out of a hat as you send in questions, but this is a question I get all the time, is why do you think people are afraid of snakes? And I'm gonna answer that question tomorrow in Snakespiration. Why do you think people are afraid of snakes? And I have some pretty strong opinions about that, and hopefully we'll see if your opinions agree with mine. And if they don't, that's okay. That's what discussions are all about, and that's what this whole thing is. I'll snakespire you to maybe send me an email saying you're wrong here, or you're right, or good job, or goodness gracious, Cameron, I cannot believe that you would even think of saying that in public. So until next time, stay snake-spired, and we will continue with our mission to change human perceptions about snakes and promote snake conservation across the world. Thank you. Now I got to figure out how to stop this thing.